What's good, my people, man? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up and subbing up. It's your boy Q. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified. Man, we drop at least every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. I try to keep that as a schedule. As of lately, we've been on point with that. But we on that road to 10K. New upgrades will be coming. Got to give away once we reach that milestone. But I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. Let's get right into it, man.
Some facts you didn't know, part 242. In 2016, this man in China paid a hitman 70,000 yuan to kill him. He then changed his mind after being stabbed in the stomach over a dozen times.
Damn.
The man was confined to a wheelchair following a car accident and became depressed, wanting to end his life. In August of 2022, Rebecca Vance, her 13-year-old son, and her sister Christine ventured into the Colorado wilderness wanting to live off the grid. With little to no preparation, amateur survival skills, and simply watching a few YouTube videos, the trio was never seen again. It wasn't until July of this year that a hiker stumbled across their mummified bodies at their campsite. The coroner believes they didn't even make it through the winter. In 2009, James Washington was serving a 15-year prison sentence in Tennessee when he suffered a heart attack. Believing he was on his deathbed, he confessed to a guard that he had beaten a woman to death. He survived, and the cold case of Joyce Goodner was reopened following his confession. When he recovered, he tried to take his confession back. He received an additional 51 in any city.
Snitching on his damn self, boy. Ain't that crazy? Bruh, that's wild. Like, this man really confessed something because he thought he what, and it came back and bit him in his ass. That's crazy. That's crazy. And the family that thought they was gonna be able to live off the grid, that's wild to me. Like, for some YouTube videos, bro, at least go out there and do your try to do something and see how you get better at it before you just jump all the way in. Hey, to each his own. And bro that paid somebody to kill him, and he got hit in the stomach a dozen times. Boy, you don't gotta hit me once in the stomach, and I can tell you I'm not paying nobody to even attempt that, bro. That's wild. That's wild.
Any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls himself the Holder of Madness. The worker will bow formally, with his hand tucked under his chest, and motion for you to follow into a waiting room. He will leave, and the lights will go out. When they return, 13 seconds later, you will be in a dirty hallway with cuneiform scratching on the walls. As you walk, the scratches will gradually change to resemble an alien writing. Attempting to decipher the writing will send you into writhing agony for the rest of your mortal days. As you reach a black orb, shimmering with liquidity, you must speak. We are all mad, for you are the bringer. If the orb comes to resemble a doorway, enter. If the orb begins to rotate, you will be dragged into the nether. In the following chamber, a creation of twisting black coral, stands a figure in perpetual metamorphosis. Within them, you will witness the essence of all humanity. Men, women, children, animals, creatures, beasts, and the darkest horrors that haunt our existence. They will not acknowledge your presence unless you extend your left hand and recite, "In the heart of madness, I find solace. May the tower of endless insanity persist." At that moment, they will cease their transformations, long enough to place their hand upon yours, and your sanity will be wrenched from your mind and infused into an enigmatic artifact that resembles an ancient lantern. Embrace the artifact, and you will find yourself in the forgotten grounds of an abandoned mental institution. This artifact is Object 61 of 538. It must converge once more for the sake of sanity's preservation.
This video was posted anonymously on the dark web. This individual made a regrettable decision to explore an old, abandoned cinema. However, his intrusion into this cursed place triggered a series of sinister events. As soon as he stepped inside, he was assailed by mysterious voices that seemed to emanate from the surrounding darkness. These voices, indecipherable and disturbing, began to echo in his ears, sowing confusion and terror in his mind. The atmosphere quickly took on an eerie quality, and the feeling of being watched intensified as the whispers became more insistent. Panic gripped him, his breathing quickening as the voices seemed to draw closer, creating an oppressive sense of invisible opposition. His desire to flee this dark presence was immediate, and he rushed outside, desperate to escape this terrifying experience. And watch the rest.
Would y'all go up in there? For $1 million, would y'all go?
I'm gonna show you guys a very strange video recorded by a couple of doctors at a creepy hospital in the US. It was late one night when they decided to take a break and investigate one of the haunted levels of the hospital that they were working at, this ER. Well, it is said that this ER is extremely haunted, but they did go inside and record everything. And this is what they caught on camera.
Oh my god, my head is huge. Chloe, so I can't even... Huh? Very nervous.
Yes.
What? Chloe just moved herself. What?
Oh.
You guys wait in the camera for that reflection.
After they spot a creepy doll in the middle of the hallway, they start getting that feeling that maybe things are not right. But even so, they continue on investigating the ER, and this is when things take a strange turn. Pay very close attention.
Your lights on. I don't want that.
Here's my lights are on.
Do
They
it.
look like evil eyes. You guys can go with me.
Yeah, of course we're gonna go with you.
Thanks. Ooh, it feels weird. See? This room feels weird. I don't like this. The curtain moved.
No, it's
Yeah, it moved. It moved. It moved. Yes, it did. It did. How did you not see that?
Now I know they could have had a patient they could have been attending to instead of investigating, trying to be a paranormal investigator or whatever they was trying to do, bruh. But it's all fun and games until somebody get hurt. And if I don't go to that wing often, and I've heard stories and I see a damn doll sitting at the end of that wing, you can guarantee I'm not going no further. I'm going back. And you can say scared, you can say whatever you want. I don't care, bro. I'm smart. I'm cautious. And I'm always aware, and I always gotta be on top in my surroundings. I have to. Or at least be a little comfortable. Sometimes even being comfortable ain't good. But yeah, you see a doll, bro, you can't go no further. Then he want to sit there and like go in there and be all tough and be the first one to run. And then they ran with him. Like, bruh. And these is our doctors. It could be nurses. I don't know. I don't know what they are, but these was 3 of our doctors. So that show they may be thinking to help others, but they ain't thinking to keep themselves safe. I don't know. It's beyond me, bruh. Beyond me.
I'm not trying to scare you, but this is terrifying. Remember when I said they were creating dinosaurs in my past video? Well, now a lab funded by the same company has taken the DNA from another source that was found in Canada back in 2012. It had been preserved in ice for 100 million years. It had scales, claws, and skin, all that still intact. Now to test things out, they started injecting small bits of DNA to chicken eggs, and the chickens started to grow strands of dinosaur features like longer legs, and they started becoming bigger. Check this picture out. That the dinosaurs grew to full adults by around 2 to 3 months because it still had chicken DNA, and chickens grow to full adults after 45 days. One of the adult dinosaurs ate its caretaker, the company that funded the lab proceeding to build a zoo where families can come in and see the dinosaurs. It's literally Jurassic Park come to life 2023.
Wouldn't it be crazy if dinosaurs turned to chickens turned to T-Rexes?
Urban legends from every state. Witch of Hines Road, Gadsden, Alabama. If you're brave enough to take a stroll down Hines Road at night, you may encounter a witch that chases you down while shouting, "I sold my soul to the devil." The Alaskan Triangle, Juneau, Anchorage, and Barrow, Alaska. These 3 points make up what's known as the Alaskan Triangle, with over 20,000 people in full-on planes disappearing without a trace. Local tribes believe the area is linked to evil spirits. Slaughterhouse Canyon, Kingman, Arizona. During the Gold Rush era, Luana lost her husband, and due to the times, she was unable to provide food for her family, which meant her and her children slowly starved, and the constant cries of hunger drove Luana to madness. Wanting to end their suffering, she killed them, and in a way to be given the nickname Slaughterhouse Canyon. They say you can still hear her anguished cries in the middle of the night alongside her children.
Today we have a horrifying story that takes place in the UK, and it is a mimic story. I'm already scared. So when they were younger, they always woke up really early for some reason, like way before their mom, so they would go in the living room by themselves and play. Sometimes they would hear a voice calling their name that sounded a lot like their mom, but it wasn't coming from her room. And also, she was asleep. It sounded like it was coming from the room they were in, but very quiet. They were never told not to respond, but they just had that gut feeling. It's crazy how some of us are just like hardwired to like know the rules when we probably shouldn't. Anyways, so they didn't respond. Eventually this thing stopped calling their name, and they think it's because they were just boring to the creature. A few years passed, and now they are in a new home with a new stepdad and a new stepbrother added in. So the house did come with the spirit of an old man, but that is not what this story is about. They hear their mom's voice again, coming from the bottom of the stairs. And the only thing is they were home alone. So they assumed maybe their mom had gotten back and they were just calling, but for some reason, that gut feeling, they just knew not to answer. And it's a good thing because she was not home. And recently, they have heard a man outside begging for help repeatedly with no one being there. They said they do live in the country and they get screaming foxes, which is scary, also on its own. But this is not the same sound. But they always ignore it. As you should. If you hear weird stuff, ignore it. If you think someone's in danger, call the police. Don't go check it yourself. The police have a much more better chance of being okay than you do, whether it be a creature or a screaming fox.
The most disturbing.
I heard a story of somebody saying that now it wasn't the mom at the end of the stairs. It was a story of someone's sibling tried to physically harm themselves and remove themselves from this world with medication. They were knocked out as they were sleeping the medication off because they were unsuccessful. They said there was a stairwell. At the bottom of the stairwell, they said it was the devil. And the devil was singing a song and was telling that person, "Come down here and come join me." And she said she didn't go down there. She said she stayed up at the top of the stairwell, and the devil just kept saying, "You don't want to join me? You don't want to join me?" When she woke up, I guess she woke up right after. They dad came out and said that he sold his soul to the devil. So when I hear that story about the voice coming from the bottom of the stairwell, that just kind of made me think of that. It could be way off. But yeah, when that person told me that, I'm not going to lie to you, I was shook. I was scared. Like, it had me feeling some type of way. Because, yeah, I wasn't expecting to hear that. And when I heard that, it just blew. It took me for one. But, yeah, good thing they didn't go to the bottom of that stairwell. Because that could have been real ugly.
Disturbing dolls caught on camera. Why the hell do you even have a doll? Join the Discord. It's crazy. This man doesn't have no body because he ain't got no body.
This kid has been having strange dreams of a hanging man that stands in the corner of his room at night. His father decided to have a talk with him, and if you want to see what his father ended up capturing on camera, watch till the end.
Stop it.
Julia? What are you doing? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
You
is the photo of the hanging man he's seen in the corner of his room. I'm going to ask him to draw it again when I've rubbed it completely off. Elliot, can you draw the hanging man for me, like you did before?
No, because you'll tell me what's happening.
What if I don't let him? What if you can sleep in my room? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right, so what's these on his face?
Here's
What's this?
straight.
Oh, okay. Does he cry quite a lot?
Yeah, because you've got hair fever up there and he's up there
Okay.
in the corner.
Okay, thank you.
But he annoys me at the moment because you keep saying your husband and you just...
Okay, thank you.
Stop it. It's scaring me.
Man, you can't even like physically get on no ghost like that or no evil spirit, but boy, don't be grabbing my child like that. First and foremost, like, yeah, damn. And we seen that clip before, if I'm not mistaken. But we at the end of these clips, man. That last one just kind of it pissed me off, because if that was my child, you don't never want nobody touching your child, pulling nothing, like scaring nothing with your child. But hey, like I said, if y'all enjoy this type of content, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified, man. Like I said, we post a couple times a week. We almost at 10K. We should be at 10K probably by the time this video drop. But I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. I appreciate it. It's your boy Q. And we gone, man.